Black, Poetic G.
I'm King George. I'm the owner of T.Y.I Productions. I am the curator of Black 31 magazine.
Bless,
Yo, today we
bless.
are here with another special guest, a brother from the community. This brother right here is an international artist.
Yes.
When we talk about reggae music, when we talk about good
Yeah.
music, the essence of good music, reggae.
Hmm.
Listen, y'all. Right now, let's give it up for brother Cann Cann. Let's show some love to the brother. Let's go.
Laugh
Let's
it
go.
up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir.
Absolutely, brother. So, man, how you feel today, brother?
I'm good, man. Can't complain. Bless, one day at a time. Just hustling on the grind.
I hear that.
Get into it.
So,
Yeah.
let the people know who is Cann Cann.
Cann Cann is a ball of energy. Hailing from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Um, just here, man. I'm just always ready to go. I'm a creative in my own right. And just like always ready to go. I'm just always ready to go. Please pardon me. I don't know if Q expressed to you the last week situation,
It's all good.
and I'm still kind of so. But
Understand.
I'm a professional. I'm gonna try to stay with you as much as I can, my brother. But yes, definitely. I'm here to just display my talent. Um, and just keep this music coming. Keep the good music coming. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So most importantly, right? What is the greatest thing about creating music that you believe?
Uh, the greatest thing is that, well, especially nowadays, I could definitely say that any form of creative, so to speak, you got more creative control nowadays versus back in the day. The majors had lots and lots of control of what you can put out, what you can say, what you shouldn't say, how you should look in a photo shoot, video shoot, etc. Now, when it comes to being a creative, you got, like once again, more control, and you're able to really display who you are as a person first before talent, and then everything comes together full circle. Yeah, definitely. That's my answer to that question as a creative itself. But you said music, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
oh, when it comes to music, for me, it just comes natural. I'm actually in my in-home studio. I just got finished starting to mix on a another feature that I got sent the beat to.
yes.
And it's just once I put the beat on, I just get in my zone and I turn off all the lights, I burn my incense, all that stuff, get going, and then I sip on my little rum or whatever, and then the vibes just flow, and then I just start creating. The booth is right to my right here, and I just get in the booth and whatever comes to mind, I just let it go via mumbling. I mumble melodies first, and then after the mumbles, words get put together, and then the rest is the
Absolutely.
history, so to speak. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Who are some of your greatest music inspirations?
Uh, whew. Definitely want to start off with Bob Marley. Definitely listen to a lot of that growing up. Peter Tosh, uh, Bunny Wailer, Third World, Steel Pulse. That's mainly on like the reggae side. And the dance, so you got the obvious, the Bounties, the Beanies, the Bujus. Buju's is still in between reggae and dancehall, but he started off as a dancehall artist, as we all know. Now he's switched over to conscious reggae, where he can still get it in with the dancehall is concerned. Elephant Man for the energy, and of course Capleton for the energy. And of course the one king himself, World Boss. Vibes Cartel, and then of the newer generation that's coming up top now. I'm paying close attention to Jamal Dunceman and Massacre. Definitely, those two are really some fire dancehall artists when it comes to content delivery. Once again, back to the creative direction. Like these dudes, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're crazy with it. They're dope. And of course, I don't know. I mean, you mentioned the reggae and all that, but I actually started off in the industry as a hip hop artist. That's where I started off, coming from St. Croix. We was the only rappers on the island at that time, in our teens, and everybody used to be like, "Oh, we on the island, nobody listen to no rap. Get out of here with that nonsense." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." So me and my team, we had this little, group called Malicious Mob. We used to emulate Wu-Tang because we all used to, emulate each member of the Wu-Tang Clan, and then okay, I want to be like this person, then I'm gonna rap like this person. So we picked up on their styles, their techniques, or whatever of delivery and writing and rapping or whatever, and we took the W from the Wu-Tang, we turned it upside down. So we call ourselves Malicious Smile, like the two W's was double M instead of the W. So before that, yeah, before the reggae, I was doing that. Then when I moved here. I went to high school. I started dancing a lot because from the Caribbean, you doing all the bruck up and all these things. Those them dance from the mid '90s, et cetera, et cetera. So we took that to high school, and then from that, when I graduated, did about 2 semesters of college, and then I says, you know what, let me take this music a little more serious. I was hitting every underground club all throughout the tri-state area, like every underground club you could think about, club, lounge, bar, whatever you want to call it.
Mm,
And I was just killing it. But then I started um remembering to the likes of Keros One, how he used to do that thing, the back and forth, and then Cardinal Official, and then Foxy Brown before Nicki Minaj. And I was, you know what? Nobody's really doing that in these showcases and open mics, so I'm gonna start doing that. So I started
okay,
incorporating my true roots, which is the island shit, the reggae and the dancehall with the
yeah,
hip hop, and I blended it. And because of that, now I used to win a lot of competitions because of that. So
that's heavy.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, I still rap, but as you can see, as of late, I've been more into the reggae, dancehall, Afro beats realm. And, as you can see from my most recent body of works, I should say works. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, when it comes strictly to hip hop and just rap, right?
hmm
Um, top five favorite rap artists.
Snoop Dogg, in no particular order, please, dog. No particular order. Snoop Dogg did that album, well documented in one night, and he put it out, the Dog Pound album,
Yeah, yeah,
and the shit is a classic to this day. I still bump it to this day. So, but
yeah.
once again, not in no particular order. Snoop Dogg, definitely Jay-Z. It is what it is. Biggie, and I got two more. Jada Kiss,
Okay.
and one more. Who would I say one more? Oh, duh, Method Man, the Wu-Tang Clan. What's wrong with me? Method
That's,
Man. But that's who I would, when we was the malicious
no,
mob. I was always like on some Method Man shit. Yeah,
yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Woo, man, Woo is crazy. Meth, yeah, Meth
hmm
is one of them guys.
Yeah.
I
Still
always was
gets busy.
absolutely. I was always a heavy fan of Wu Tang.
hmm
Um, always a heavy fan of Nas, Tupac,
hmm
Big too.
hmm
Um, I love all the greats, man. Big Pun.
No,
I love all the
100%.
greats.
That's why I said like it. When you ask people that, it's like, damn, I'm on the spot. I gotta name five names, but my list. I can give you a long laundry list, but it's just right off the top those five because of how I receive and perceive whatever they deliver. You know what I'm saying? And I could relate to some of the stuff that they talk about. So yeah, definitely those
Yes,
five.
yes.
No particular
You,
order.
you threw Corrupt in there too.
I did not. I said Snoop Dogg.
You said Snoop.
But
Oh,
yeah, I said Snoop, yeah, Snoop Dogg. But corrupt, yeah,
Corrupt
the
heavy
whole
too.
the
Corrupt
whole
is heavy
dog
too.
pound, yeah, but yeah,
He's
yeah,
heavy too.
yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, I believe you have a single out, or is that an album out that's
It's
called Bedroom Run?
Bedroom Rough is a single.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a single I put out. Shouts to my guy Mikey Lust. He's a legendary dancehall artist. His name is they used to call him Nigga Mikey back in the day, but of course, because of the controversy, that's not really marketable. He had to change it during the course of his career.
Yeah.
So he's now Mikey Lust, like marvelous, but he's Mikey Lust. So salute to him. I got a link to him through my DJ in the Bronx. Salute Future FM DJ Cutie Cutes. I work there every Saturday. We do a live broadcast on FM frequency and on YouTube and Facebook, IG, everywhere. Salute to Future FM 98.9 on the Crank Up Radio Show. She linked me with him. One day she was playing we're in the radio station and she's juggling, doing her thing as a DJ, and I'm just a hype man, selector, whatever, telling her, yo, put this, boom, boom, boom. And then she plays a version on the rhythm because dancehall, the way dancehall is, you would have 10 different songs on one rhythm. You understand what I'm saying? Like, let me see how it go. Sim Sima, Who got the keys to my bed? Then, oh man, I want a bed. Oh man, a fever. So that's two different
Yeah,
songs
that's
on
my brother.
one rhythm, and they all was fire. So that was a concept when they put out this rhythm called the drive rhythm. So when I heard
Okay.
the Lady G version, for those who's not familiar with Lady G, she's a legendary dancehall artist. One of the biggest songs she's known for is "Son about that come here with your galley galley trend, just ease off, breeze
Yeah,
off." So
yeah, yeah,
she did.
absolutely.
She did a song to that called "Queen in a Diss," and of all the records, including Mikey Lust too as well, hers was my favorite one. So I was like, I'm over here vibing. And while I'm like, I'm lifting DJ Cutie Q's headphone off her ear, and I'm like, yo, Cutie, yo, who this? She's like, Lady G. I said, oh, Lady G. Oh, Lady G. She said, yeah, where? I says, yo, I get that rhythm. She was like, uh, when we come off the air, let me work it out. Cool. Finish that broadcast, come home, couple hours. He's like, yo, Cann, check your email. I check the email, the stems is there for the whole rhythm. It's like, oh shit, I must have
Mm,
murdered this. So now I turn around, I get in my zone, burn my incense, I'm sipping on my rum, boom, bam, bam, bim, bim. I, I go in the booth. So the first thing comes to my mind is this is an old school type rhythm.
mhm.
The only thing that we're really hearing now is besides the obvious though, the world boss, of course, he's just doing what he normally does, right, with the old and his newest stuff, is the trap dancehall. With no knock to trap dancehall, I love it. Once again, I just literally named Massacre and Jamal Dunceman. Those are my two favorite trap dancehall artists, right? um
Yeah,
but I says, you know what, I'm not gonna go that route just yet. I'm listening to the rhythm, I'm like, oh, old school, okay, old school, old school. But then I remember one of my favorite Beanie Man songs. And I'll reveal it because it is what it is. If you can't hear it, then you're going to hear
yeah,
it after I tell you what it is.
absolutely.
I want a new dance for Beanie Fine again. Right? So he says,
Yeah,
one new, in that melody, I says, she want you right to our old school rhythm. That's what I said. So
that's
I
heavy.
said that she want a new ride. The rhythm is old school vibe to an old school rhythm. So I'm the new ride in essence to the old school rhythm. Well, I mean, come true, Ficky get, and that was it. It's
It's
cool.
all good.
Um, but yeah, that's how that whole thing came about, and yeah, now we're here talking about it, and it's doing very well. Of all the songs, the producer, he's Jamaican, but he grew up the better part of his life in Germany, and he's a very, very big producer out there, has his record label, everything. He literally called me on WhatsApp, surprised. I'm looking at the number like, what's this? So I pick up like, hello? He's like, yo, Cann Cann, Baba. Oh, Baba. Oh, Baba, what's good? Yeah, man, just want to tell you thank you so much. He says, I just want to let you know of all the songs I've ever put out since I learned about the DSPs. Your song Bedroom Rough is the number one song, is the highest stream, and it's still going. I thank you so much for wanting to be part of this project, even though you're not technically part of the compilation. Because, like I said, I was the last installment to the rhythm, but the compilation came out 2 months prior to me releasing the Bedroom Rough version of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, and here we are now. We just it's doing very well. The video, I don't really check on it because once we release it, and we just push it and market it. And because you got to check the analytics, and if there's any artist that's going to take anything from this, is make sure when you're checking your analytics via your streams on the
Hmm.
platforms, Pandora, Amazon, the obvious Spotify, Apple Music, you zone in on the engagement and who's listening to it more and streaming it more. And that's who you target with the marketing pushing, if
Okay.
that makes sense. Because then you technically will gain a what we want to call a cult following in terms of who will truly support you versus your people on your block. Because I'm gonna keep it a stack. The dudes on the block is gonna be the dudes on the block. Your family's gonna be your family. They don't truly support you like those people or a stranger would go literally purchase it and post you up and dance to your song, etc., etc., etc. Molly's a perfect example. She released her record. It's crazy because on my third trip to Ghana, I know you're gonna ask me about that.
Okay.
I I saw her in passing, and I saw a lot of people like taking pictures, but at the time, she wasn't where she is now. You understand what I was saying? Young lady, shake it to the max, young lady, because she's
Yeah.
Ghanaian. So I saw her in passing because I hang out with some, people, some prominent people out in Ghana when I go over there.
Okay.
Shout outs to my manager slash pops, Dr. Coffee Bannerman. And he yeah, so I just saw him passing, and then now look, fast forward, a couple of people did just a little stupid dance to her song. I just call it stupid dance. It's catchy, but it's like, okay, cool. Well, what is that? Everybody was doing that before, but that with the song helped propel her. So for whatever it's worth, you stick to what's working for you in that moment and dare to take a chance on something else. Don't go
Yeah.
too extravagant because you don't want to lose what you already built. And yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry for
That's the
going elsewhere with the
truth.
conversation, but yeah.
Oh no, that's the truth. So I definitely want to ask, what is the atmosphere in Ghana like? Because I'm actually going to take a trip there soon. But I actually
Nice.
want to know about the atmosphere of
Hmm.
of Ghana,
Hmm.
and also, what was your favorite thing about visiting Ghana?
My favorite. Okay, first answer to your first question. The atmosphere is, I want to say, how we say it's lit, bro. Like, especially nighttime.
Yeah,
Over the years, I've been hearing, oh, you gotta go to Dirty December. You gotta go to Dirty December. Whatever you do, yeah, go to Ghana, but go in the December time. Okay, cool. I went in May of 2024. All this nonsense on Instagram. I'm sorry. We're doing what we're doing. Shot the first video. Shouts to Miss Wakili and Don Ski, those two artists I did some features with when I was out there. Shouts to DJ Heavy D as well out there.
okay,
Um, Went back in November to release the video with Miss Wakili that we shot earlier in the year,
okay,
and then actually says, you know what? I want to release Bedroom Rough, but I want to do it in Ghana.
that's
Went back
heavy.
to Ghana in December
Mm,
during Dirty December. So when I tell you every single night, because literally the government shuts down because they know that. I was told the history of that came from the younger generation, if so to speak, just saying, you know what, we're just gonna be in the streets all night, party, bar hop, and that's what it turned into. It turned into something traditional where for the I forgot how long now the guy. Shame on me because I was well educated that night. He educated me, but I forgot. Please forgive me. How long it's been from then till now, but it's just turned into this big phenomenon where everybody want to make their way to Ghana in December for the month of December, especially
yeah.
coming closer to Christmas and to New Year. They call it Dirty December. So it's lit. It's the atmosphere is crazy. I can tell you this much. Any and every party you go to or club or whatever you want to call it, you don't feel unease. You don't feel that vibe where you know what, I think it's time to go. I don't like the vibe from in here. Like everybody's just they're here to party. You know what I'm saying? It's no
Yeah.
violence. It's no nothing. It's no nonsense. Not saying that it won't get turned. I'm just saying you're saying what is the atmosphere. And I'm telling you, based on my experience, it was just all love. Like the minute you leave the airport, you're gonna experience the love. It's just pure love. Of course, it naturally comes anywhere you go. And a lot of people like to talk about say stuff ill, et cetera, but I would say anywhere you go in this world, you're going to see poverty. Well, I'm lying, except Dubai. Let me take that back because yeah, you don't see poverty in Dubai, bro. And if you're gonna go there, have your ducks in a row, bro, because
Yeah.
that place is different. It's different. So yeah, just but let me take that back. But for the majority part, for the major, there's gonna be poverty. So of course you're gonna have oh, you have a dollar, you have okay, cool. Just but do me a favor. Don't make the mistake I made when I first went there. Cause it's just like you're gonna just if you're a kind, giving person like me, I just you know what, if I got it, you got it. I ended up broke. Not broke, broke,
Mm,
but the money I had, the pocket change I had for the day that I went
yeah.
out. Oh, can I? One sees you. Hey, can I? Then another one sees you. So you're just giving. And our $1 goes a very long way in Ghana. And they
Yeah.
appreciate it. Like for whatever you could give, they really do appreciate it. But other than that, the atmosphere is dope. And what was the second part now? The question? It was the
Um,
atmosphere and
and the thing that you love about Ghana.
oh, the food. The food.
Wow.
The food
Wow.
and I got to try some different stuff, some different foods.
Yeah.
um it was an acquired
Okay.
taste, but it's something that you would get used to after a while, you know what I'm saying. And they do cook with a lot of spice. I kid you not, they cook with a lot of spice. There's this thing called watch shout out to the legendary grandpapa Reggie Rockstone. If you're not familiar with who he is, you could do some research, but he's the first official part of the he's one of the co-founders of this genre or lifestyle called hip life, if so to speak, where Just like I would blend well, not me, but KRS-One, like I said, Cardinal Official, Foxy Brown before Nicki, now Nicki Minaj, will blend the reggae and the hip hop together. He will not blend, listen to me. He will blend the language that they call tree with hip hop because he grew up in Harlem a little bit. He was back and forth from Harlem to Ghana, so he took on this New York lifestyle, and then he just started rapping. Like he was rapping on, the boom bap, 90s, 80s to 90s style hip hop beats, and he would rap the tree language, their language, the native tongue, and English, and he took it to another level with the type of and it's a different vibe with the music, the hip life type genre, so to speak.
Okay.
And then he got this restaurant called Rox Wache. Wache is spelled Wakye. Waakye. That's how you spell it, Wache. And it's like this native dish to Ghanaians where they it's like a concoction of different, like an egg, a yam, grinded yam, and some noodles and some chicken. If you want chicken, you have beef. If you want beef, you have fish. Whatever it is, and they it's just this thing, and that is like my most favorite dish there. Like the food. So the food definitely got me as far as my favorite thing there. And of course, the obvious, the nightlife. The nightlife is just super lit. It's just super lit.
That's heavy. That's heavy,
Yeah,
brother. That's
definitely.
heavy.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
mo- and to dive back into music, right?
Hmm.
Um, uh, let the people know what's the why is it so important to network?
It's important to network because each one teach one, and you never know who's in the building or who could actually help you get your record or your name in another room, in a room that it truly should be in. Because a lot of us, for instance, we go to certain open mics and showcases with no true benefit or gain or whatever the case may be. But I always tell people don't walk away feeling like there was nothing, even though the fact is the fact. You didn't gain anything of benefit. You just really got, for me, you really got a chance to rehearse for the next moment, if
Yeah.
so to speak, in front of people, work on your stage, ethic, et cetera, et cetera. So, you will network, but sometimes in the little hole in the walls, it'd be like, a person that's just out there walking from Sony or from wherever, and they're walking, oh shit, I hear music. You know what? Let me go see what's going on. They dip in there, and you out there rocking. It's literally three people left because everybody performed for their crowd and they went home with their crowd. You know how it goes, right?
Yeah,
And that little executive is like, oh shit, he's giving it 1,000%. There's only three people plus me, four people. All right, let me go look him up. Then
hmm
they go look you up, and then because you lack a network, your name ain't in other places that it should be, and then okay, well, he has potential, but he got a lot more groundwork to do, if so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, that's today. Back in the day, if they see you and they like you in a club, they signing you right there and then because they would more put the money into you and just develop you from the ground up. Now you got to come fully packaged nowadays. Otherwise, they ain't even looking at you. You know how it go. But it's important to network because once again, each one teach one, and I don't care how long you've been in this business, you can never know everything. I'm saying you can never know everything. You could know enough to teach, but then there might be one thing that I might know that you never knew, and it never fails because we could converse, and that just goes to life general. You're supposed to just network because I'm on a plane 10 hours to Ghana, and I'm just literally talking to this young man, and he's yeah, he ended up being family member to Idris Elba. So I happened to let him know. I said, oh shit, Idris Elba and my manager is cool friends. So I gave him my manager's name, and then when I actually landed in Ghana, my manager, oh, you spoke to Idris Elba's little cousin? And I said, oh yeah. He says, yeah, Idris just told me. Blah 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 blah. I said, oh, okay, cool, that's what's up. So that was a form of networking. You never know. You know what
hmm
I'm saying? It's just you never know where a conversation could take you. Yeah, so it's very important
Absolutely.
to network. Don't go to not a situation, a mixer, especially a meet and greet or mixers. A lot of people go to meet and greets or mixers and don't leave with no contacts. What was the
Wow.
point of going? You
Wow.
can't do that. You're in the wrong profession then. You shouldn't be in this profession because to be in this profession, you got to be able to mingle and mix with people. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't. There's a lot of people, artists. I want to say, don't let that gangster hardcore persona fool half of y'all. These people talk to people because they're not going to be able to get to where they got or where they're trying to go if they don't open their mouth and talk. Whether they have agencies or managers or whatever. You got to be able to talk for yourself at some point. So yeah, it's important to network.
That's the
Definitely.
truth. That's the truth. That's the truth, brother. And
Hmm.
every interview, right, I always ask community questions, right? Because we
Oh yeah,
innovative community magazine.
definitely, bro.
So I always ask these community questions, and uh, I want to know, as we live in the times that's so tough right now, right?
Right.
Uh, and there's two main things that I want to really ask you based on uh, what we see in society:
Go ahead.
mental health and gun violence.
Oof.
Mental health and gun violence, and both of these things seem like they are tying into one another.
Right.
Mental health and gun violence. Like, why are we having so much of a crisis of mental health and gun violence that's just plaguing the communities? Why do you feel?
This is my opinion. We all entitled to our own opinions. My opinion first on the mental health situation is there's no more love. And when I say there's no more love, I mean with no, not to what we're doing right now. The downfall of socializing is what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now is a great tool to expand and progress and network, if so to speak,
Yes,
right?
yes,
However, since the abundance and mass implementation of these devices, it took away the skellies, the freeze tags, hide and go seek. It took away little kids learning to be little kids socializing in order to get to understand what brown versus a little lighter than that light complexion is. Like me, I don't like to go around saying black and white because I'm sorry, it is what it is. I am not black. This is the color black. I am not black, okay? I am Crucian American. That's what I am. And I'm brown complected. I'm melanated. I'm a melanated king. You're a melanated king. Don't describe me as a black man. I don't like that. So for me, it starts with the household, and sometimes, like I heard one day, I want to say 2 years ago, me and my boy had not a heated debate, but a very reasonable debate, and he literally said when his kids come home, he takes their cell phones from them, and I never understood why he said that. Now more recently, I'm like, you know what? It makes sense. When
yeah,
you come home, it's deemed family time. There's no more household conversations. There's no more family sitting at the dinner table. I mean, I ain't gonna say no more. Really, in the urban neighborhoods, you don't find that. The kids are,
nope,
Ma, let me get $5. All right, man, you always nagging me. Get them $5. They go buy chicken wings and French fries. They outside eating on the stoop, boom, 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 and then that takes away from the family time. Parents don't know where the kids are. The kids are rebelling because there's no love in the household, and then they go through school. They're struggling to read. They're struggling to write. They don't know math. You understand what I'm saying? All of that is the beginning of signs of mental illness development. You understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yes,
I said, people, it's my opinion, people could debate from here till kingdom come that people are born with mental disorders. I think it's developed over time, and
yes,
because the key word is disorder. Okay, disorder meaning it's not in the correct format or however you want to phrase it because it wasn't developed properly. If you develop it through the right steps, through progression, through years of love, if so to speak, true
yeah,
socializing, then I feel like everybody would be quite okay. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
For the most part, when you go to uh a lot of these most mentally disabled people, right? They are for the most part either veterans of war, survivors of something traumatic, or
yes,
whatever the case may be, right? And what it comes back to, there was no love. Oh my God, you went through something so crazy. Anytime I see a veteran, I'm
yes,
putting something in their cap if they got a cap out, or even if they don't, if they're not a veteran that in that homeless or helpless state, if so to speak, I still
yes,
salute them. I shake their hand. I always say, I thank you for your service. You understand what I'm saying? That is going to go far in an individual's life.
Yes.
So to answer that, that's just my opinion on why the mental disorder is at an all-time high. And when you said the gun violence thing, it triggered last week.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I don't know if Q told you, my cousin, my favorite cousin, my family's very big back in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, and
Yes.
my favorite cousin of all the cousins, she was brutally murdered.
Yeah.
Um,
My
that's why
condolences, bro.
last week, it's all good. It's good. It's good. We're getting through it as a family,
Yeah.
but um, I just remember her for who she was. I don't know. I can't speak on what she was into, why they did it, what happened, but it happened
Understand.
nonetheless. And gun violence was the cause. Over 60 shots, 30 of them hit her, and her face is just all
Yeah.
dismembered. And
Yeah.
yeah, it. I ain't gonna say it is what it is, but it is what it is. Gun violence. I can't even really speak on it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't speak on it. Um, so, uh, the, I'm gonna reserve my commentary on this one, because I don't want your page to get flagged. Because I was gonna go somewhere with it, with the current state of our country. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I get really deep when it comes to these kind of conversations, so I don't want your page to get flagged. But just know that I'm officially a victim of gun violence. My family's officially a victim of gun violence, and we're coping and we're going through it. I've lost family members. Don't get me wrong, natural causes. One a car accident. Things of that nature. Freak accidents happen. Natural causes is by nature. It's your time. Father God is ready for you. But when you're cut down short because of a disagreement, and you're just too scared to throw the hands, because that's another thing. Oh, like, I could say this: we go to guns because everybody's scared to take a punch.
That's
Everybody's
true.
scared to take a punch. I got battle wounds, scar here, scar right here, and I put what you call that thing, cocoa butter for years, and they're gone. But I threw a punch and I could take a punch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're just, like I said, we moved away from that time where little kids would be socializing. And, we're playing marbles. Oh, you got more marbles than me. You push him, you get into a little scuffle. Okay, tomorrow you're friends again. You understand what I'm saying? We got away from
Yeah.
that. That doesn't exist anymore. Oh, kids, shake hands. Don't fight. Don't be mean to each other. Don't be violent. Kids are going to be kids. And then they grow up and they always will have that instilled. You know what? Before we get to that point, you got it. That's how I am now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Based on my upbringing. I'd rather shake your hand and say, fam, let's talk about this. And it's not being, a pussy. It's not being scared. It's just being reasonable and having common sense, because you know where it could go. You understand what I'm saying? So definitely people are scared to take a punch. That's just how I see it. That's hence why we resort to gun violence. But yeah, it is what it is. What I really want to say, I can't say, because once again,
I get.
yeah,
I get it, man. And
yeah,
again, man, I just want to say, man, my love and condolences go out to
yeah.
the family, go out to you and your
Appreciate you, Pop.
family.
Thank you. Thank you.
For
Much
sure,
thanks.
for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so, so, so I definitely have another powerful question, right?
Go ahead, Pop.
And as we dive back into the music and everything, right?
Right.
Um, like music is very essential, right?
hmm
Now, 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 according to the times, like when you go through different family losses, right?
Right.
How therapeutic is music for the soul after those times of losing close family members?
It's therapeutic in two ways for me. Therapeutic one, because you lose somebody, and that's why you said music is universal, and there's always something to touch an individual, something that you can relate to, music wise, especially if it ended up being one of your favorite songs from the then to the now. You're like, you know what? You throw it on and you just kick back and you vibe out and you just reminisce on the good times, if so to speak, of that you had with that one that you lost.
Yes.
And then the second way is it helps me create. It gives me shit to talk about. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, whether it's a natural cause or by accident, freak accident, whatever, it gives me something to talk about. and the creative juices flow even more because it's hitting you more. It's hitting you more. So you go listen to one of those songs that help to bring you to reality and just bring you back to that happy time with that person, right? But then you get a concept from that, and then you just open up your library of instrumentation, beats and stems, and you go to work.
Ab-
This one time, I
Absolutely.
just started singing a whole acapella in there, and I'm gonna mix it. I gotta cut out some of the slight background noises you get because it's a whole acapella because I had no beat at the time, and I just put it down there and just I'll release it at some point just to
Yeah.
say hey something this touched me, hence why I did this piece, and hey, I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely that's it, it's very therapeutic for me, music.
That's
Absolutely, yeah.
heavy. That's heavy. That's heavy. Saint Croix, man.
Yeah,
Saint Croix. Um,
yeah,
I know the culture of Saint Croix is beautiful, right? But
yes.
again, I want to know from your perspective, what is the best thing about the culture of Saint Croix?
For the most part, St. Croix, we have very, very welcoming people. We have welcoming people. Like I said before, everywhere you go is going to have some kind of impoverished. Everywhere you go, there's going to be some kind of violence that you have to be um on alert for. Everywhere you go in life, no matter where you go in life, there's no such thing as completely safe. Okay, there's no such thing as completely safe. So just with that understanding, but definitely the people are very welcoming, they're very kind. For the most part, the original, I want to say the a lot of the original Prussians are still around. I want to say original with respect to the grandfathers and the great great grandfathers and grandmothers and great great grandmothers and great grandmothers coming from because St. Croix, St. Thomas, and St. John, they were purchased from the U.S. Virgin Islands. They were purchased from Denmark in the early 1900s. Um, Hence why we are U.S. territory. And the three islands were primarily plantations, if so to speak. So there's a lot of mixed blood going on in there. So a lot of that carried over, and it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Growing up on the island, we didn't know what racism was.
Yeah.
So we played with everybody because you got the Italians coming in to settle, the Irish coming in to settle. They're sending their kids to the school. They have their tongue that they speak in, which is the proper English tongue, and then their kids growing up in the school, they have the heavy accent. It's like this is cool. Like this is like you ever seen like a Asian Jamaican or Asian Trinidadian? It's the
Mhm.
same thing. We have Chinese Crucians and Caucasian Crucians and Crucian melanated Asian Americans, etc. So, we have that heavy accent, but we all grew up in the same yard playing. And no, we didn't. My first experience of racism was when I came to the mainland, to New York. And I didn't even know I was a victim of racism, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't know because I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to define it. I didn't know how to perceive it when it was being done. So, with that being said, that's one thing you don't have to worry about when you go there. That's another thing. And the obvious, the beaches. I love the beaches. The beaches, the beaches, the beaches. It's the first thing I do once I land. When I land, I run in the airport bathroom, put on my swimming trunks, get in my rental, go to my favorite beach.
I hear
And
that.
yeah, that's that, definitely.
Yeah, I hear that. So home is like your relaxing place.
Yes, definitely. Sit on my grandfather's porch, put my feet up, and enjoy the sea breeze. You can't beat it with a stick, man. Yeah, this island life. Can't stay too long though, because I do get. It's crazy because I'll be like, I'm homesick, and mind you, I'm home, but I'm homesick as in I gotta go back up to the States. You know what I'm saying? So it's so crazy how sometimes I'm homesick. My grandfather was like, homesick. Wasn't you born here? You was raised. What are you talking about? You homesick? I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but yeah, I gotta get back to New York. So yeah, been here too long. Yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
Um,
definitely.
what has New York done for? What has New York done for the career of Cann Cann?
New York has done a lot. It has done a lot because without I I would say without New York, I wouldn't get to test. the waters as much. If you
Okay.
understand what I'm saying. Like every time I go home, I do radio interviews. I'm not gonna say I'm super popular back in the Virgin Islands, but I'm popular. People know me, right? They know of me. They know who I am. You know, if they recognize me after style, I take pictures, whatever the case may be, right? But they there's a lot of talent there, a lot of talent there, but they don't have the opportunities that stateside would, or that somebody with more access to executives and big stages and offices. Once you know how to navigate and get to them points, right? They don't have those access points. So coming to New York was a huge blessing. It was a huge blessing. Shouts to my grandmother that helped raise me and my mother that says, okay, it's time for you to come up,
Yeah.
and sent me to school. And once again, networking. Hey, you dance? You from Trinidad? Oh, you dance? You from Jamaica? Cool. I'm from St. Croix. I dance too. Oh, let's form a group called WI Anonymous, West Indians Anonymous, and we used to kill it in high school. Then you say, oh, you do soca? Oh, you do dancehall? I do dancehall and I rap. Oh,
Yeah.
let's go perform that too. Killed it in showcases. So, what I'm saying? It started there. Started in high school there. Even though we used to rap back home and we just used to do little ciphers here and there, but people would be like, get out of here. We don't do that. Like I said earlier. But here, started in high school. We got great receptions at high school. Got out of high school, okay. High school, we popular. Everybody know us. Damn, we got to test the waters now with strangers. Let's start in Connecticut. All right, there. All right, let's start in Long Island. Okay, let's go here. Let's go there. Let's go to Jersey. Let's go. Boop, boop, boop. And before you know it, one of us became a solo artist, and the next two of us, we call ourselves Dudes Dudes. We became a duo, and then from the duo, it was Toucan and Too Hot, because Toucan is my street name, hence why the Cann Cann came about,
Yeah.
right? And then it came from that to just Toucan, the solo artist, and then my management at the time, it says, you know what, you're gonna drop Toucan, just Cann Cann, because everybody calls you Cann Cann everywhere you
Yeah.
go. So definitely being here, stateside, U.S. mainland, it helped me to really expand and grow.
Okay.
Definitely, without a doubt, with my career.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
That man. That's the essence of New York. New York is mass media, mass production,
right,
and
right.
listen, man. That's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Definitely the Mecca, the Mecca. If you can't make it here, you can't make it nowhere. And that mantra is absolutely 100% accurate. Because
Absolutely.
this place forces you to hustle and grind, man. If you're not already in that state to just go be a go getter and get it right, this place it'll force you to. You got
Yeah.
no choice because you have to always keep up because it's true. The city never sleeps, and the minute you shut your eye, you might miss out on an opportunity. So sometimes it's hard to even go and shut your eye for 2 minutes because there go the phone ring. That's an opportunity you probably just missed, or whatever the other case may be. So you just got to keep up with the Joneses, and to keep up with the Joneses, you got to stay on your grind. Got to stay on top of it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I see the comments in here. I think they asking for 16 bars. Who is that? Animated?
Ah, 16 bars. Damn. Whew. What you want? 16 bars or what? Hip hop or or dance hall?
I mean, I love hip hop, but I'm not sure. I seen the guess. I said 16 bars. What you want? 16 bars of hip hop? I think you talking about 16 bars of hip hop.
I said what I said. I said you could get rocked like newborns in a mother's arms, burnt like in a dirty with no rubbers on. When my pipe raise and pop, I go to war in any weather, niggas waiting on the rain to stop. I get up on a ruthless beat with a human speech just to amuse the streets. Like who's that? You cat, nigga. I'm too dash. I'm scorching hot with slugs that'll turn your long sleeves to halter tops. Listen, I stopped rapping, man. I don't rap no more. I
I
don't
hear
rap no
that,
more.
man.
I don't rap
I'm
no more.
loving it. I'm loving
I
it.
don't rap no
I'm
more.
loving it. I'm
But I
loving
got a
it,
lot.
man.
I got a lot of shit online, man. I got a lot of shit online. It's just it's with a bunch of features, majority features. Yeah, we had some records playing on uh the stations out here all throughout down south. all throughout the Caribbean. I'm surprised that the record that we had, it was called Fire Hose. Clue was DJ Clue, New York Desert Storm. He broke it on Power 105 for us, and then it just branched out. So that was a big part of the name Cann Cann, not the artist, the name Cann Cann being in front of a lot of people. So now it's a little easier when, oh, I got this artist Cann Cann. Oh, Cann Cann? Oh, I know about him. Yeah, cool. Yeah, what you got? Send it through. And because of Clue's helping networking, because DJ Don DeMarco he used to run, well, he still does run with Clue on the Desert Storm. Well, he calls his gang a Tornado Gang, a branch off of Desert Storm
Yeah.
Entertainment. And he worked in Extreme 104 FM, the station that I used to work in. And then,
Yeah.
you know what? Oh, yo, boop, bop, bop, boop, bop, 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 and we all tied up. Yo, you know what? Yo, Clue really liked that record. I played the whole compilation for him, but he really likes that one. But the business had to take place, so the business was conducted, and we took care of that. And then from there, boom, yeah. So, I just find it more for me. My reception is more welcomed. I'm more welcome when I do what I do for the ladies
I hear that.
via
I hear that.
the gyrating and the songs that I sing for them via the melodic flows with the reggae and the dance hall and the sing and stuff like that. So that's what I've been sticking to a lot more lately.
I hear
Yeah, definitely.
that, bro.
I used to could freestyle for days. I just stopped and got more into digging into what I'm doing nowadays. But you give me a hardcore lots type beat, fabulous type beat, and I'll write some crazy shit for you. I'll write a 16. I write the shit out of a 16 for you.
Hell yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it
definitely.
is.
Yeah, the
Mm,
influence
that's
is definitely still there, but I just, fell back from a little bit. Not always, just
absolutely.
a little bit.
I get
Too much.
it. I get
It's
it.
too saturated, if so to speak, because everybody and their mama's rapping. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? I have to find another means to get at least my big toe in the door. Once I get in, I pull my whole body through, pull the next leg through, and then we go from there. I'll tap back into rapping if I have to. But for now, I like this lane because the lane is giving me results. So you stick with what's working, like I said earlier. It's
Yeah,
giving me results, definitely.
absolutely,
Yeah.
brother. Absolutely. Um, what is your favorite Bob Marley song?
Three little birds. I sing it all the time.
You said Three Little
It's
Birds.
it's Three Little Birds. It's very
Yeah, Three
it's
Little
very
Birds.
repetitive, but there's a reason why it's repetitive. And I appreciate Bob Marley for his technique and his creative approach. And he's definitely, I ain't gonna say was, because was is like he doesn't exist anymore. Bob Marley lives on, you know what I'm saying? And you could clearly, it's very evident to this day that they even most recently, a lot of people was upset that they didn't give the Grammy to Cartel. And
Yeah,
the Marley family, they be speeding up everything. Bob Marley, he got enough. Why didn't they just give it to Cartel? Guys, it's a little deeper than that. It's not that they gave it to Bob Marley. They gave it it was in honor of the movie that he put out recently. Not he, because may he rest in peace, but the movie that they put together, his life movie.
yeah,
What do you
like
call those kind of movies again? A docu
like
film, something like that?
a biopic or something like that,
Yeah,
or
a biopic.
documentary.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. One Love was the name of the movie, right? Something like that. One Love,
Yeah, yeah.
and because of that album that was put out, that's why, of course, in the Marley name, the Grammy went to them because it was a very dope album. But people just keep calling Bob Marley name, like let the man let his physical rest in peace, but his spirit is living on through the music. You know what I'm saying? Let his spirit live on, and definitely Three Little Birds is definitely. Um, one of my favorite Bob Marley song, and right behind that is Redemption Song. Those are my two favorite. But
Mm,
Three Little Birds first, yeah. You gotta
damn,
listen
that's crazy.
to listen to the lyrics is deep, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
lyrics is
oh,
deep.
oh, oh. Oh, I got a Bob Marley CD right now. I love Bob Marley, man. I had a
Mm-hmm.
like rest in peace to one of my old heads. I had a man, this is one of my Jamaican old heads, man. Jamaican brother. He passed away. He passed away a few years back. And
Right.
God rest his soul, man. He loved Bob Marley. This dude would play Bob Marley so much
Hmm.
that I started listening to Bob Marley. And one of my favorite, well, actually my favorite song from Bob Marley is "Waiting in Vain."
I
waiting
don't
in vain.
wanna wait in vain for your love. Yes.
Yeah,
I don't wanna,
absolutely.
I don't wanna wait in vain. Yeah, that's yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Man got
yeah,
timeless music, man.
absolutely.
Timeless music.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely,
Tell the,
definitely.
tell the people, what do
Mhm.
you love most about yourself?
What do I love most about myself? My will to learn, man. My will to learn. I'm always eager to learn because if you don't learn, how can you then apply to progress in life further? You understand?
Yes,
Like most of the time, any one of my social medias where they ask you to leave like a note or something like that, that's my thing. Live, learn, apply. You know what I'm saying? You live through you live, you learn through living, you learn through life, and based on what you learn, you apply to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and that's just I strongly believe in that. My will to want to learn more. Always want to learn more. That's it. Like if I wasn't talking to you right now, um, I would have been resting my ears because as you know, when you're mixing and stuff, you gotta rest your ears at times. I'll be probably watching a documentary right now. Or looking, researching something. It's just who I am. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have the will to always, learn more. Definitely. That's one thing because there's people that just they don't want to learn anything. They just know it all. And those are the people that I choose to not want to talk to because it's like, oh, you ain't gonna poison me with what you think you know. You understand?
absolutely.
Because you could converse with people and it's like, yo, my man, like this. Is there any facts behind what you're telling me? Like you want me to walk away believing that there was a thunderstorm and it's clearly sunny an hour ago. Like there was no thunderstorm. Okay, but if you say so, but I see you, my man, and I'm out and I walk away. But yeah. So that's the answer to your question. My will to always want to learn.
I love
Yeah,
that, brother. I love that,
yeah,
brother.
definitely.
Um, I love that. That's amazing.
Hmm.
Uh, most importantly, though, right?
You're right.
Um, what advice do you have for young brothers, right? Young brothers growing up in these times now. What advice do you have to give to these young brothers to most importantly to be grounded in staying a man on
Hmm.
how to be successful and also how to not give up on themselves?
For me, yeah, grounded and staying a man. It's crazy, and I'm gonna say that probably a lot of people's probably not gonna be able to relate,
Okay.
because of the obvious stereotype, if so to speak, and um, oh, you got you. Me personally, my father wasn't in my life, but I praise the day that I could always turn to my current grandfather and say he truly helped me to become the man that I am today. You
Yes.
understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So and then that's why I said I don't want to offend nobody. Then there's guys that was males or fellas that was raised in single parent households where it was the single parent was the mother. But when I did move up to the States, right, it was just my mother, and she did a tremendous job as well. So I tip my cap to her.
Yes.
For me, it's always turn into who's been down that road before you, if so to speak. Like if you see you're not headed in the right direction and maintaining the course of to answer the initial question of being a man or applying yourself as a man, me, I call my mom to this day. I call my grandfather to this day because I still have him to talk to. Thank God. A lot of people can't say the same thing about their mother or their father because they lost them. And, I have both still. So I'll turn to them and be like, listen, this is what it is. Well, my grandfather will be like, well, he'll call me, well, son, this is what I advise you, back in my day. Blah, 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 blah. You know what? Good looking, Gramps. You know what? I'm gonna take your advice and consider it, and then I'll move, forward from there. And then it leads you to now applying that kind of stuff to uh being to success now. Like I said, I'm still not where I want to be 100%, but I'm working hard to it because to the third part of your question, I'm not giving up on me because I know the talent that I possess, and I know the kind of person that I am. And like I always say, there's not only one way to skin a cat, as we know. There's a thousand million ways to skin a cat. If this doesn't help, that definitely will help. Like it's a bunch of talents I possess, but right now, of course, you're gonna only know me for the obvious, for the music, because that's what is being displayed at the moment. But there's a lot of other talents I possess. I'm a certified counselor. Um, Hence why I have to do a lot of research, and I could answer to you the way I answered to you earlier when it comes to mental disability, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Because I'm versed in that. I was trained. I took hours and hours of courses, and I do a lot of research, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And that helps to apply to not give up on yourself because you believe in the talents that you possess, and you can't get in the door this way. You have to find another way to get in. And then that, of course, that comes with the hustle mentality that I was just speaking about not too long ago. And everything just just ties together. And the most important thing about achieving success for me, right, is
Mhm.
you need to place yourself in a situation that'll work for you.
Okay.
Okay? Place
Yes.
yourself around what we want to call the winning team. Place
Yes.
yourself around like minded motivation. Place yourself around positive energy because without positivity and prayer, you ain't going nowhere. Whatever you believe in, pray to it, but just pray. You got to stay prayed up. You ain't going nowhere. Okay? Like I said, me and you could have this dope conversation and we will definitely move forward with what we have planned. But then you say, yo, Ken, not for nothing. Yo, me and my man was talking and he seems bring him in. Then we bring him in and all three of us have the same conversation that we initially had. But something about him is just not tying into what we see our vision. That can't be around us because we won't be successful if we bring in that negative entity, if you understand what I'm saying. Now I'm saying so it's all about positioning yourself in the right place at the right time. You understand? And a lot of people be like, does that exist? The right place at the right time? 100%. I always want to say Bieber is a perfect example of that. The younger Bieber.
Yeah.
Okay?
Absolutely.
Because if he wasn't on YouTube singing at that time in that place, then while Usher was scrolling, he wouldn't know who Bieber is. He wouldn't know to find him at that time in that place on that day when Usher was scrolling.
Yes.
Perfect example. So you place yourself the right place at the right time and position yourself in a position to progress and achieve. And
Yeah.
that's the only way I could answer that question. Like I even to this day, like what I'm saying, I be around a lot of people, and me and my man, he's kind of like my business partner. We had to do some house cleaning. We brought we was part of the team to help bring Stoneboy here. Stoneboy's a big Ghanaian Afro dancehall superstar. He was here in March. We brought him here. He put on a hell of a show. We went on a road with him to Massachusetts and then to Maryland following. Then after Maryland, he went to England. So me and his manager was on the phone 2 days ago. So they keep asking me when I'm coming to Ghana because Stoneboy, he was blown away by how we dealt with them and how everything was just smooth because he comes to the States a lot, Stoneboy, but it's always some kind of hiccup or something. So they was all blown away. Yo, y'all mad professional. Oh, y'all artists too, but y'all put y'all egos, y'all put y'all stuff to the side to help me be a success and da da da. So he was like, yo, that's what's up. Da, da. So they want to talk further. So we're gonna do that. Once I get up to Ghana, and then yeah, man, it's just we're cleaning house. So a lot of them are upset, but it's like I said, you guys are not really helping the concept or the thought or the idea that we have in motion right now. So unfortunately, it's just gonna be me and my man Nana, and we gonna just do what we have to do. You understand? So yeah, just that's the best way I can answer that question. Now I'm
Mm.
saying too, if you have parents still around as a young melanated king or just a young king in general, if you have any elders in your circle, in your line, in your reach out to them. Reach out to them. Don't try to figure stuff out on your own because this is where you might make a mistake. And trust me, that one mistake that you're about to make, these elders probably made it a million times and they made it so much times that they know what they should tell you not to do. So reach out to
Yes.
them if you still have them. And if you don't have them, there's always another elder that you're not going to tell me there's not some uncle or elder that might be walking by every day while you're outside sitting down or sweeping or putting out the garbage. Hey, good evening if you have manners. That's just me. Hey, good evening, sir. Good evening, mister. And then the random person just stopped. You know what? And they just start talking their life story to you. And you're not even realizing that you're getting gems right now. You understand?
Yes.
What I'm saying? Because these things do happen. These weird things do happen, and then I see them as angels. I see them as angels because what I'm saying, that little conversation, it would go very far.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So yeah, that's just how I would answer that question, or those series of questions altogether. Yeah,
Yes. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, man.
yeah,
Oh man. Oh man. Listen, man. Listen, man. I love the responses, man. Thank you
yeah,
for giving us
yeah,
the vital information that we need in the community because these are the things that the young generation need to hear.
yeah.
These are the things that men and women need to hear. Honestly,
Hmm.
I love how you put that together.
Yeah.
So let the people know about all your
Um,
upcoming tours and your upcoming music that's dropping. Let the people know.
Upcoming single later this month to early June. There's no confirmed date yet because we're still working out the cover art, if so to speak, the cover image. So definitely coming out. I slowed it down a little bit on this one. It's more of a when it comes out, it's called Come Home. So that's a man asking his woman to come home. Um, and then we have it's either that or this other one I have called Ungrateful. That's the trap dance hall record, that one of the five that I've recently recorded. But Ungrateful is my most favorite one, and everybody voted yes on it on the team. So that's what they might go with if anything. And then I have in May. I have the Fleet DJs show over here in Harlem, I think in 2 weeks. Then in June 14th, we're going to West Palm Beach, a big the radio station, the Crank Up Radio Show. We're doing our third installment of the Crank Up Reggae Show. We got the legendary Gary Minor on the bill. Um, Couple other people on the bill. Myself is on the bill, and then of course the legendary sound system. If you're not into like what I'm saying when I say sound system is in Jamaica is a big culture there where they set up a million speaker boxes on top of each other, and this sound system clashes that sound system. So Bass Odyssey is a well-renowned sound system out of Jamaica that has beat a lot of their opponents when it comes to clashing with dub plates and all that stuff. So they'll be the main attraction of the whole Crank Up Reggae Show third edition. We call it Florida edition. We're taking that there on June 14th. Then in July, we're going to the Fleet Conference where I'm going to be performing a 15-minute set for Fleet DJs Conference, this big conference in Atlanta. And then in August, we have the Ghana Music Awards USA. I'm performing there at the
Mm.
what do you call it? ACX One's Hollywood East Studios. They call it Hollywood East because there's this big in New Jersey over there's this huge facility. Look like it's ridiculous how crazy, how much progression they have made since they reopened it. I'm gonna be performing there at the GMA USA Awards show, Ghana Music Awards USA edition. That's in August, and then I'm supposed to be going to the UK too as well to do another big reggae festival in August. So that's not confirmed yet, but yeah, we got some stuff in motion. And while that's happening, of course, the features, the drops, the jingles, dub plates, the singles, they don't stop coming. And of course, I got to make my trip back to Ghana because I have unfinished business that I need to tend to. So I think in between June and July, when I come back from West Palm, God spare, I'm gonna take a trip to Ghana and go, do what I got to do over there, and then come back again. Yeah, definitely.
That's heavy.
Yeah,
That's heavy, bro.
yeah. Just we
That's
just trying to
heavy.
stay busy, man. We staying busy. Yo, shout out to my man Q, man. I
Yeah,
mentioned
shout out to
fire
you.
hose before. I ain't gonna lie to you. Q is one of the I completely forgot that. Shame on me. Shame on me. Shame on you, Can. Besides Clue doing what he did, Q and see, I like Q. You know why I really admire that brother? Because Q is what they call the silent assassin. You don't
Hmm.
know he's there, but he's definitely there, and he's just making everything happen from the shadows. Like it's so crazy how connected this king is. Is like he's well connected and he's so humble about it. He's so
Absolutely.
humble. And he's one of those people that he calls you, he checks in, he
Yeah,
texts you, he checks in. If something pops up, he's very professional. Like, and I've dealt with
good
a lot
money.
of people in the industry. This dude is like hands down one of the best. And listen, if y'all on the check-in, um, it ain't for free. Q doesn't work for free because he has a life to maintain, a family to support, right? However, the results, you'll forget about what he charges or what it costs. The results is what this is about. Okay, the
Absolutely.
results. So a big salute to Q the question. He's a big reason why the name Can Can is surfacing and staying above water, if so to speak, through his behind the shadows work. And his work ethic is relentless, and I really appreciate him. Salute you, King. Definitely. Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
Shout out. Listen, shout out to Q the question. Listen,
Yeah.
man, I just want to say, man, thank you, man. This was a wonderful, wonderful interview.
Right.
And most importantly, man, thank you for giving this advice was amazing. So listen, we're gonna give it
Appreciate it,
up
Pop.
again, man, for brother Can. Listen.
Can I say
Y'all-
one more thing before I leave? It's
Oh,
back to
oh, absolutely.
the young ones, young men, mainly for the young men. Listen up. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I'm a saint, like you know, like life didn't life when it came to my life. However, it's up to y'all now. You know what I'm saying? I made a complete 360 conversion, turnaround, change. And if I could do it, a lot of other people could do it. Y'all could do it, man. Shake hands. Grab the video game controller. Go play Street Fighter. Go play Call of Duty. Don't shoot each other. Don't shoot each other, man. It's never that serious. I swear to God, it's never that serious. All right, like it's not that serious. And I leave it with that. I'll leave. That's my last message. Appreciate you,
That's
brother.
what
I
they
appreciate you.
need, bro.
Thanks,
That's
thanks
what
for
they
having me. And we could do this. We should do this again. And
absolutely.
I guess we could talk behind the scenes, and then if anything, we can meet in person or whatever. And then yeah, we go from there, man. Because like you
Absolutely.
brought up networking earlier, that's what I do. Network all
Listen,
day,
man,
all
thank you,
day.
brother. Thank you for coming to the platform.
I got you.
Listen, y'all, go follow and go support the brother Can. This brother is doing,
Can
man, Can is
and
doing
forgive
amazing
me for
things.
forgive me for earlier, okay? Because like I said, I'm still going through it, but I gotta see right away. I got back into what I should be as a in front of the camera. I gotta do what I'm supposed to do, but it's really messing with me still. You know what I'm saying? It's really messing with me. But life will continue to happen, and it is what it is. Once again,
Listen,
yeah. But
man,
please
you
forgive
already
me
know,
for
man.
earlier. But
It's,
we good. I'm in the zone again.
it's all good, man.
Yeah,
Peace and
yeah.
blessings to the whole family, brother.
Love it, love
Um,
it. Appreciate you.
each and every week, y'all, I need for y'all to tap into Black 31 magazine.
Yes,
Listen, we can have your favorite artist. We can have your favorite producer. We can have your favorite promoter. We could have your favorite book author. We could have the little girl down the street with the lemonade stand, or it could be you.
100%. And
So
when she come on this live, support it. Go buy it. It's only a quarter, man. Come on, everybody got a quarter.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
we are the platform of truth, the home of the champions, and we are the place where we uplift man, woman, and child. Peace and love, y'all. One.
Invested in the people, so I highly stress it. Stress it. Pay attention, train your mind. During these times, we need more education, not incarceration. To elevate from negativity at all costs. Knowledge, power. Remember this game spilled, given. Embrace it. T.Y.I, Poetic G. Peace and love, one. I love it.